The queens enter the workroom, once again congratulating Sackboy on winning the challenge and Amy on winning the lip sync. The final 5 contestants are all a little antsier than normal since the finale is just 1 week away. Amy is determined to prove herself this week and cement her spot as a finalist, and vows that she'll do whatever it takes to make it to the end. Icy asks her, "Anything, you say?" To which Marina cuts in and tells her to leave her be.
It's a new day in the workroom, and I'm determined to get rid of the nightmare in human form we call Icy. I've thought long and hard on how to go about dealing with her, and I think that I've come up with a foolproof plan. It's time for this brat to put her money where her mouth is.
Marina tells Icy that she knows that this is a competition, but that she'll forever be branded as a cheater if she doesn't get to the final 4 on her own merit, and gives her an ultimatum. Either continue to use dirty tricks to get to the end and damage what little reputation she has, or play fair this week and prove that she deserves to be in the top 4. Icy, for once in the competition, is speechless, and Brandy's jaw has dropped to the floor when she hears the proposition that was just laid on the table.
Oh my god, it all makes sense now. Marina's trying to come for Icy's ego, and it's such a genius idea. The one thing that Icy loves more than sabotage is herself, and I don't think she's going to let anyone try to insult her by saying she is not good enough like that. What a mastermind. Marina, the diva that you are. Part of me is really glad I never got on her bad side.
Before Icy can respond with a decision, the TV turns on, and the queens will have to wait just a little longer to see how this rivalry settles itself. Here's the sitch, queens. The competition can get very stressful, and I know that all of you girls need a vehicle to decompress. So I say we have ourselves a good old-fashioned bitch fest with puppets. Because everybody loves puppets.
I love playing with puppets. I've been told I relate to them a bit, since I heard Icy call me a glorified sock puppet a few weeks ago. You know, once I start to think about it, I'm beginning to suspect that Icy isn't exactly a good person after all. Oh dear, I hope she didn't hear me say that about her.
Amy won the mini challenge.
Winning a mini challenge? Good. Starting the last week before the finale with a mini win? Great. Seeing Icy get pissed off over my impression of her with my puppet? Absolutely priceless. I kinda hope that she continues to have everyone else clown on her. She's been asking for it all season long.
For this week's maxi challenge, I want to make sure that we're able to crown a queen for all seasons. So we're throwing ourselves a ball, the season's ball, to be specific. All of you will present 3 looks on the main stage this week. Your first look, cold and chilly, the best cold weather look for those chilly fall and winter weekends. Your second look is rocking resort wear, a summer-themed look that would be perfect for the beach, boardwalk, or boogie boarding. And your final look is stunning spring eleganza extravaganza, a spring-themed look made from scratch with the fabrics and materials in this workroom. This is going to be the last challenge before our finale, so make sure to give it your all to earn your spot in the top 4. Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
Alrighty, these girls are going to see just how good I am. I'm done being the punching bag all because these bitches think that I'm being insecure or reliant on sabotage to get what I want out of life. It's time to show them what a master seamstress I am this week, and I plan on making all of the girls have it.
Icy decides to take Marina up on her offer, and starts to work on her spring outfit without meddling with the other queens. Icy quickly starts to struggle, though, as her sewing skills are subpar. She starts to panic, and begins to find a way to try and mess with the other girls. Marina sees her starting to act up, and tells her, "Don't forget about our agreement, young lady." Icy goes back to her station and begins to think about what she's going to do for the ball, vowing that she won't let herself fall short right at the end.
Okay, I lied. I can't really sew that well, but it didn't really matter that much earlier in the competition. There were so many people who sucked at it worse than I did, so it wasn't hard to get them out of the way so that I could skate by into the finale. But that overgrown Ariel wannabe is getting on my nerves. She's watching me like a hawk, and I'm going to have to find a good opportunity to make my move when she isn't watching.
Meanwhile, Amy is working along on her outfit, getting distracted when she thinks about her runway package for the ball. She ends up getting her finger caught on the sewing needle, and has to step off of the set to get treated by a medic. The other girls notice this and worry if she'll be okay or not, and hope that she can make up for the lost time from her sudden accident. Icy watches on and smirks, thinking she might not have to resort to playing dirty after all.
I should have been paying more attention. I didn't realize how bad these sewing needles could hurt. The doctor said that I'll be okay, but I need to go to the hospital to get a few stitches. I really hope it won't take too long. I'd hate to get screwed over by an injury when I'm this close to the end. I don't want to go out, not like this. I've got to prove that I'm better than Judy and make it to the end.
While the queens continue to work, Brandy is fine-tuning her design and putting on some smaller touches onto the trim of the fabric. When Marina comes across her work, she commends her on her attention to detail, and that it's very clear that she's going to be given a run for her money if they're in the finals together. Brandy nods, but tells her that she isn't expecting to win yet, since she'll have no idea if the judges will like her runway package until she gets on that main stage. Marina reassures Brandy that she's got nothing to worry about, getting back to her own designs.
I know that I've been a little more arrogant than I should have been, but this time I'm pretty confident in myself. I realize that I've been kind of phoning it in these past few weeks, and that I haven't been pushing myself to my limits like I know I can. It's time to prove why I'm a designing fiend, and these girls better watch out. I'm in my element, and I can guarantee you that I'm not going to let my ego take over this time around.
Sackboy is playing around with the fabric at their workstation, not paying too much attention to designing their final look. Icy goes over to Sackboy and gets an idea, trying to tell him that their final runway look is coming along quite nicely. Sackboy is confused, and tells Icy that they didn't get to work on it just yet. Realizing what Icy is trying to do, Sackboy backs away from her nervously, and runs off to Marina and Brandy for comfort as he starts to tear up. Icy catches some side-eye from Marina from across the workroom, and she tries to get back to work on her designs, hoping that Sackboy won't rat her out to the Pokemon.
I'm so heartbroken. I never could have known that Icy had such sinister motives coming into this competition. I always try my best to befriend everyone and anyone, but seeing how she would take my offer of friendship and throw it in my face like that saddens me. I hope that one day, she'll be able to see the error of her ways, and become a true friend once this competition is finally over. I wish that I had faith in her, but for the first time in my life, I'm not very hopeful.
Marina takes a moment to calm Sackboy's nerves, telling them that the fabric they were messing around with earlier would make for a lovely outfit. Taking a bit of time away from her own look, she sews together a quick outfit base for the smaller queen to use, before sending them back off to apply the finishing touches. Marina then notices that Amy has returned from getting help by the medic, and jokes to her that she hopes she doesn't find a finger on the runway tonight. Amy laughs, and gets back to work on her outfits.
Seeing everyone working peacefully in the workroom was such a beautiful thing to witness. Even though we know it's a competition, being able to help one another like this felt very refreshing after all of the stress and sabotage that we've been facing for the past few weeks. I enjoyed the serenity of the workroom, and just took a moment to relax and take it all in. But I didn't realize that I had let my guard down until it was too late.
After Marina gets back to her workstation, she notices that someone has ripped up the hemline on her dress. Losing her composure, she storms over to Icy and accuses her of more sabotage, lashing out at her as one of the most unprofessional queens she's ever had the displeasure of working with. Icy tells her that she has no idea what she's talking about, to which Marina tells her to stop playing coy. The other queens stop working on their outfits as the argument gets more intense, with Icy telling Marina that she knows she's just trying to frame her so that she gets screwed out of her rightful spot in the finale. Marina tells her that the only rightful spot she has is a spot in prison, and she storms off with her outfits, telling the cameramen that she'll be waiting in her hotel room until the runway tonight, saying that she doesn't feel comfortable in this workroom anymore. The workroom goes quiet once she leaves, the other girls shell shocked at the fight that just transpired.
I know the producers aren't going to air the footage of my sabotage even if they wanted to. I admit it, I sabotaged Marina's outfit. She gave me just the opportunity that I need to screw her over one final time before the end of the competition, and secure my spot in the top 4 over her. And for the record, sweetheart, it's not sabotage, it's insurance. I am going to make sure that I win this crown, no matter what. All according to plan.
There is a point where someone goes too far with what they'll do to get ahead in life, and I know that she's crossed that line several times in this competition, and probably many, many more times outside of it. She's no better than a criminal, and I really do not think anything that she can do from now until the end of time will ever redeem her in my eyes. She's going to get her comeuppance sooner or later, and I'm going to make sure of it. Icy, babes, your days are numbered. Officially.
Welcome to the main stage of Drag Race Toontown. Let's meet our judges. First, our resident panelists, my best friends, they're Monique and Ron Stoppable. And our guest judge, renowned fashionista, modern drag icon, and our first non-cartoon guest judge, it's got Mick. This week, our final 5 queens were tasked to go all out for the season's ball, and we're ready to see quite a few looks on the main stage. Cold and chilly, rocking resort wear, and stunning spring eleganza extravaganza. I can't wait to see who has what it takes to be a queen for all seasons. Racers, start your engines and may the best cartoon win.
Category is
Brandy slayed the challenge. Pre-Marina had a great performance.
Did I lie? Did I lie? I told you, this is my element. I let those judges have it this week, and it's practically guaranteed that I'll be in that final 4. Still, though, I wish that it had been more of a fair fight with Pre-Marina's actual designs. She had to do some quick work to fix what Icy had done, and without a sewing machine, she couldn't be as precise as she wanted to with her flippers.
Amy and Sackboy had a good performance. Icy had a bad performance.
I think that my outfit was very pretty. I'll have to thank Pre-Marina and return the favor to her later. I'm so thankful that I found friends in most of the girls this season. Even if Icy turned out to be a not very nice person, I won't let that ruin the fact that I've made so many relationships for life. No matter what happens here, I can walk away with my head held high, and my heart full of love for my Season 2 companions.
Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with what I was able to present to the judges. I couldn't make the designs as nice as I wanted them to because of my injury, but I wouldn't say that I hate my looks at all. If I'm able to turn something like that out with less time and have it still look better than whatever Icy tried to present on that main stage, I can't complain about it at all. The stars might just be aligning for me this week. Maybe Brandy was on to something about horoscopes being real all along.
Ladies, that was a fabulous ball, and I can tell that you are all extremely hungry for the crown. Maybe a little too hungry. But that's besides the point. I've made some very tough decisions. Brandy Harrington, you have shown yourself to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to design, and it's apparent that you are a year-round kind of superstar. Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's Maxi Challenge, and have earned the first spot in our grand finale.
OMG, I actually did it. I started and finished so strong here, and it's absolutely paid off. I think this might have cemented me as the frontrunner going into the finale. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is the best thing that could have happened this week, but I know it's not over yet. These other girls better watch out. Hurricane Brandy's not going to let up until it's all over.
Pre-Marina, you were able to present a beautiful runway package, and the judges loved your winter look the most, as it was a unique take on the category. Congratulations, you are moving on to the grand finale.
I'm thankful that I made it into the final 4, but I still wish that what happened today will never repeat itself in or out of this competition. I have worked too long and too hard for someone to try and throw away all of my hard work to get to this point in my career, and I know that losing my temper and letting the stress get to me is not a good look. I've got to refocus myself and remember why I came here to begin with, cementing my legacy as a true drag legend. And I plan on sealing the deal, babes.
Icy, your winter and summer looks were a decent combo, but your spring design proved to be thornier than you would have preferred. I'm sorry, my dear, but you are up for elimination. Amy Wong, your winter look seemed to have a frosty reception, and your spring look seemed to get lost in the weeds this week. Sackboy, your spring look was creative, but we felt as though it didn't quite bloom into what we wanted to see from you. This was a very tough decision, but Sackboy, you're safe. Congratulations, you are moving on to the finale. That means that Amy Wong, I'm sorry, my dear, but you are up for elimination.
Oh my goody gumdrops, I'm so elated to be in the finale with my friends. These last few weeks have gotten really tough, but I managed to make it through every challenge that's come my way. This whole competition's been so exciting, I'm almost sad that it's going to be over in just a few more days. Now, all that's left is to give it my all and shoot for the stars. Look out, world, here comes Sackboy.
2 queens stand before me. Ladies, prior to tonight, you were asked to prepare a lip-sync performance to Here We Go by Moonbaby. This is your last chance to impress me and save yourself from elimination. The time has come for you to lip-sync for your life.
I've seen this situation happen before. The villain of the season is in the bottom 2 with the scrappy flop queen all because she tried messing with the Pokemon that's been given a good edit by production. But history's going to repeat itself in a different way tonight. The futuristic bitch in the tacky juicy couture next to me is getting sent home just like that Jetson bitch did. I'm not going to give up like Judy did just because I flopped. Amy's not going to walk out of here alive.
All of the animosity, all of the struggles, all of the sabotage this entire season has been leading up to this one moment on stage. I have to do this to avenge everyone she's trampled over. If anyone deserves to be in the finale, it's definitely not her. I'm going to do the impossible. I'm going to send this witch packing. Buckle up, baby, 'cause here we go.
Good luck, and don't fuck it up. Amy had a good lip sync. Icy had a bad lip sync. Ladies, I've made my decision. Amy Wong, Shantae, you stay. Congratulations, you are moving on to the grand finale. Icy, you have the power to be a great performer, but make sure not to let your insecurities get to you. Remember, my queen, that it's okay to defrost. Now, sashay away.
Thank you for the opportunity, Kim. I want you to look back on this moment once the season is over, and I hope you realize that it was the biggest mistake of your life. Bye flops, can't wait to see who's the second best queen in this competition.
Congratulations to my top 4. Next week, you'll all have one final chance to prove to us, and the fans at home, why you deserve to be Toontown's next drag superstar. But now, I want to hear from the viewers. Who are you rooting for? Are you Team Pre Marina? Team Amy Wong? Team Brandy Harrington? Or Team Sackboy? Let me know down in the comments, and stay tuned for the grand finale. Now, my top 4, feel free to relax and untuck for now. You've earned a break.
This is Untucked.
All 4 queens run into Untucked, cheering for Amy and giving each other a group hug. Everyone is completely elated that they finally got rid of Icy, and that everything is finally going to be easier in the workroom. Brandy tells all of the girls that, while this was not the top 4 she expected going into the competition, she knows that this was the right top 4 of the season. Everyone cheers to that, and begin to celebrate, when they notice that the producers wheeled in a TV with messages for the finalists. The first message that plays is from Incineroar, Pre Marina's husband back home. He tells her that she's always been his gorgeous little diva, and that he's determined to see her bring back the title and prove to the world that she's the star he always knew she was. Pre Marina is hardly able to hold back her tears, and tells the girls that Incineroar has always been her biggest supporter since they were nothing more than a Litten and Poplio. Sackboy tells Pre Marina that she seems to have a very happy fan back home, and that they'll be proud of her no matter what happens. The next message is from Cartoon Drag Race alumni, Taranga Leela, and she tells Amy that she's so happy that she's representing the Planet Express girls well. She then goes on to say that she hopes she'll be able to bring home the victory where she fell short twice, and tells her that her fingers are crossed. Amy is surprised to see that Fry is nowhere to be found in the video, and said that she thought the two of them were living together. Brandy suggests that he was probably out of town when she recorded her video message, but she doesn't know for sure. Amy tells the girls that she'll ask Leela about it when filming is over. Another message shows up, this one coming from Brandy's best friend, Lola Boa. Lola tells her that she was shocked to find out that she was making her comeback after so long out of the public eye, but tells her that she knows Brandy is destined for success, and tells her that she's a superstar through and through. Brandy blows her nose and tries to wipe away her tears, when the other girls tell her that she really did come back swinging, and that she was definitely ready for the limelight again. Brandy jokes and says that the only thing she was worried about was the flight to the studio, and says that she was hoping she'd never have to get on another plane ever again after what happened last time. This elicits a laugh from the other queens as the final message cues up. The last message comes from Scarlett, Sackboy's mentor back home. Scarlett tells Sackboy that she had a feeling that they would be able to find success in anything and everything that they do, and reminds them that their positivity and creativity were the most important attributes that she could have ever taught them. Sackboy begins to sob loudly, and the other queens comfort them as he begins to break down. Sackboy tells the girls that being away from their friends and family back home has taken such a toll on them, and they wanted to prove to their hometown that anything is possible. Amy then raises a toast to the top 4, and all the queens cheer, celebrating reaching the end of the competition one final time.
Hey, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead. I support you.
This was a really fierce episode, Diva, but you kinda glossed over me. I just sat there and looked pretty. I didn't even get to promote Skullfucker, my smash hit debut single, available on all major streaming platforms.